So here's the first question that we will do. What do we do here? So we have negative exponents. Can we do negative exponents? Can we do 2 to the negative 3? No, we can't. But what we could do, we could change to 1. We could change this to 1 over 2 cubed minus 4 to the negative 1. Again, because it's a negative exponent, to switch the exponent to positive, you have to go 1 over, and then this becomes 1 to over 4 to the power of 1. Now, the next thing is we know 2 cubed is 8, so we're going to change that to 1 over 8 minus 4 to the 1, just 4. So now we have 8 divided by 8 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1, minus 8 divided by 4 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. So this gives me negative 1/8. Next question, I'm going to do 7 to the power of 0 plus 2 to the negative 1. Anything to the power of 0 always gives you 1. And 2 to the negative has, as we mentioned here, and 2 to the negative 1, as we mentioned here, just go 1 over 2, and that becomes 2 to the 1. You don't even have to write the 1. And therefore, now we have 1 plus 1/2. 1, you remember, it's 1 over 1. So we do a common denominator, which is 2. 2 divided by 1 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. Plus 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. And we get 3 over 2. Now we're going to do two more, as a matter of fact. 1/2 to the power of negative 2 plus 2 to the negative 1. Now I know I told you this, you could change it to 1 over 2 to the power of 1, but this I haven't told you how you do this. When you have a fraction and it's a negative exponent, you could just flip the fraction. So what it does, it becomes 2 over 1, and everything is over 1. So you don't even have to write the 1 underneath. And now you could make the exponent positive. So now we have 2 squared, which is 4 plus 1/2. Now this is over 1. We're going to do common denominator, which is common denominator here is going to be 2. Again, I do the common denominator and adding and subtracting a bit differently. So what I do, I go 2 divided by 1. It gives me 2. That's what I multiply to the 4. So 2 times 4 is 8. Plus, then I go 2 divided by 2. It gives me 1. So it's the 1 that I'm going to multiply to the 1 on top. And this is giving me 9. And this gives me 9 over 2. I'm going to do one more question. Here it is. This one is a bit harder. And what it tells you it's 4 all over 4 to the negative 1 plus 4 to the 0. So what we're going to do here, what we're going to do, we're going to keep that 4 on top the way it is. This 4 to the negative 1, I'm going to change it to 1 over 4 plus anything to the power of 0 gives you 1. Now, wow, this we have a number over a fraction plus a whole number. What do we do now? Well, what you need to do is you got to do this operation right here first. So what we're going to have, we still have the 4 on top. And then since this is the 1 over 1 there, I'm going to do a common denominator between this, what I put in brackets. So I'll just keep the brackets so you know I'm working on this. So the common denominator is 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1 times 1 is 1 plus 4 divided by 1 is 4. 4 times 1 is 4. So what we have now, we have 4 over 5 over 4. Now remember, this is my main fraction right here. And my main fraction means division. For any of you that don't realize that fractions means division, it means 4 divided by this. It's a good idea to know that every time you have a fraction, it means the top divided by the bottom. Since this is the main fraction, this is the top and the bottom is 5 over 4. So what we do, instead of division, we like to change this into 4 times, and we flip the divisor so it becomes 4 over 5. And as I told you in my earlier lessons, when you multiply a whole number times a fraction, see if you could reduce the whole number with the bottom of the fraction. If you can't, then you just multiply the whole number to the top, which gives you 16, but you never multiply it to the bottom. So this gives you 16 over 5 as your final answer.